¿Qué tal, Alan? ¿Cómo estás? Oye, ¿cómo nació Phoenix 360? ¿Nació a través de la pandemia?
It was actually born before the pandemic, but it evolved a lot during the pandemic. For example, we started out with just musicians, and then during the pandemic, we realized it should be for all artists, right? And also, a fundamental part of Phoenix 360 is the ability to make your own app, a shareable app, a web app that doesn't need an app store in 20 minutes. When the artist sends it to their fans, and they send it by a simple URL, they can just select a URL. The moment you click on that URL, it installs on a phone, or you can see it on a desktop, right? When they send it to the fans, then the fan can actually know, right, everything about the artist, but they are encouraged, the fan, to download the full app from the App Store, right? So this concept we extended from musicians to all artists, but also we decided anybody, not just an artist, but anybody can actually make their own app, and this is a new type of social media. The other thing that happened during the pandemic is before the pandemic, artists were not earning enough money, but at least they were getting on and they weren't too resentful, because as long as they could do the craft that they loved and they could earn some money, they were okay. During the pandemic, even if they had some savings that evaporated, and they noticed that a lot of people who fed from them, who were in this hierarchy of people, right, were doing okay, but they, the artists, had no money to live on, right? And this is true whether it is in Mexico City or New York or Beijing. It makes no difference. Artists everywhere have the same fate. So I think the pandemic really crystallized the situation in artists and made us focus more on ways we can really improve their situation.
¿Cuántos embajadores son los que están participando en esta plataforma de Phoenix 360?
We have started, before getting artists, we've gotten what we call ambassadors, right? So, and these are known as Phoenix Global Artist Ambassadors, and they're people who are interested in being willing to go onto social media. Now that we're launching in the next month or so, they'll start being active on social media, right? And when we first started out, we had, concept, maybe we get 20 or 30. We're now at 7,000 plus ambassadors, right? And interestingly, we are also been interviewing them. So we have a wonderful Broadway director by the name of Will Nunziata, and he has decided that this is important, what we're doing. So he actually does up to 20 interviews a day, and he has single-handedly, we now have other people doing it also, but he himself has interviewed about 2,000 artists. You can go onto YouTube and have a look at the interview.
Oye, y hablando de las expectativas de crecimiento que tienen para México y Latinoamérica, ¿cuánto esperan crecer acá en este lado del mundo?
All the artists. But one thing we understand is Mexico has a very special position in Latin America, right? First of all, this is an artistic hub, right? It's where a huge amount of art is created, right? It traditionally has always been where most Spanish music is created, right? And of course, as the second largest country, I think, in Latin America, it is the largest Spanish-speaking country, right?
Yes.
So it's a very natural place for us to make our advances into Latin America, right, through Mexico. We don't know, but one thing we're certain of is that the moment artists in general, right, are aware that some artists are making more from the platform, which won't happen in a minute, but it should happen over the next few months, right? When artists start to make more from our platform than from other places, at that point, I think it will explode in terms of number of artists, because no artist can afford to ignore a place to make better income.
¿Por qué un artista o un escritor, un músico, etcétera, debería de subir su obra a Phoenix 360 y no a otra plataforma de blockchains?
Tried with NFTs. First of all, we view them as being one way for an artist to make money. We don't think it's the only way, and and that's important, right? Secondly, we have simplified it. So with us, right, you don't have to know about blockchain, you don't have to create a smart contract. All you have to do is give us either a still photo or a video of your NFT. You have to do a short description, you have to decide how much you want to charge for it, and all of the other stuff is done in the back end, and we don't charge anything upfront for it, right? But NFTs we view as being one of the ways that artists can make money. If in 6 months there's another craze, right, and it makes sense to include it, we will include it as another way for artists to make money.
En cuestión de pagarle a los artistas, ¿cómo es que se les paga a todas estas personas que suben su obra a la plataforma?
The artists are paid in cash, right? But they choose either, so if they sell a t-shirt and they get a certain number of Phoenix coins, they can immediately upon receiving the coins cash it out.
Okay.
Or if they wish to accumulate coins, because maybe they see the coin price going up, if they want to do that, they can do that. But they get paid in cash.
Oye, ¿qué es lo más importante que debemos recordar de Phoenix 360?
I think the most important thing is this. We are not claiming we do it only for altruism, right? Yes, we care deeply about the artist. I'm married to a wonderful artist, right? My partner in New York, he actually came to New York 34 years ago, busking in a street, playing a guitar, and met his wife in a street, right? And had a very successful non-musical career after that. His son is in a band. So we feel passionately about this, but the truth is we also think it makes business sense, because if artists really feel that we're doing a sincere and competent job of providing them more income and lots of tools. We have a lot of different types of tools that artists can use. If they really are happy about that, then we think we have a chance of building perhaps the largest platform.
Oye, pues muchísimas gracias. Y bueno, pues algo más que deberíamos de conocer acerca del trabajo que están haciendo.
Only that we're really, really thrilled to be in Mexico, right? You can't help but love the city. I was here too many years ago, right? It's changed a lot even since I was here, right? And we think it's a wonderful place, right, to launch for Latin America. We also have met local artists. We were hanging out with them yesterday, and no doubt will be more. And they really, really have a passion for what we're doing, which is inspiring to us.